Alright, I gotta run to the doctor's. I just came into the office for a quick meeting, and boy, man, these meetings, they're getting a little better. Some of these meetings kind of don't make a lot of sense to me. We had a little discussion on calibration of equipment, calibration of engineering equipment, and it's kind of crazy. They have a calibration schedule for equipment, like, you know, electronic meters and instruments, and the thinking is, since they haven't been calibrating it, that means it's not being used, so they're going to lock it up in the storage room. Well, it's being used on a daily basis, and the issue with that is it costs money to calibrate things, and who's to say it's out of calibration? It's not necessarily out of calibration. It just means that it's due for calibration. They have a calibration schedule like once every year or whatever it is. Well, what happened with our department, the mechanical engineering department, is that they had some calipers, and some of these calipers are a little bit more exotic, that are not used. And where was I? I'm not used to this. I've been used to riding my uncle's moped. Anyway, some of these calipers have not been used for a while, so the result of that is, you know, it hadn't been used, it's been calibrated, and a year goes by and they go and calibrate it again. Well, it's never been used, and it's not out of calibration. Why calibrate it? Just because it's due for calibration? So we had one caliper that was just extremely ultra accurate, and you know, you rarely use it, and something like this requires, it's expensive to calibrate. It's hard to calibrate. It's a lot more precise, and it's what they call one of those micrometers. Typically a sheet of paper will be 4/1000ths of an inch thick, meaning you take an inch and you divide it into you divide it into 1,000 pieces, and you take 4 of those pieces. That's how thick a paper is, a sheet of paper. Well, a hair is anywhere between 2 to 4 thousandths thick. Well, this micrometer is accurate to 10/1000ths. So you take an inch and you divide it into 10,000 pieces, and that's how accurate the micrometer is. Well, we had another caliper that had been that just hadn't been used, and it got used like once or twice. I mean, and the truth is, you really need to calibrate. You need to calibrate something like, you need to use something like on a daily basis for like a whole year in order for it to wear out and go out of calibration. And even then, doesn't necessarily go out of calibration if you take care of your equipment. And one of the calipers had been used like maybe a dozen times, and it had been calibrated to the point where it got damaged. So you calibrate and you jack with it, and it breaks. You break it. So it got damaged from calibration, which is ridiculous, which is stupid. Just pisses me off. You know, shit. I mean, I had some when I was working in a machine shop, I had some equipment that didn't need, that had been like freaking 30, 40 years old. You know, you just take care of it, you gently use it, these measuring tools, and they don't go out of calibration, man. They they take like a long time. You might want to calibrate it like maybe once a year or something, but and that's like heavy daily use. It's just totally bogus, very bogus. Anyway, that's just my gripe. So here's the doctor's office. It's just very close. It's a little too far to walk because I'm just pressed for time. So I'm just taking the bike. Make it easy. My meeting went all the way up to freaking 11:15ish. And my appointment is at 11:15, so there I go, you know. Here we go. Go to the doctor's. Oh, that is a huge cactus. Oh, going up. Okay, that's it.